Response video, I guess. Yeah, sort of over this inspired I am thing. You know, Wise Monkey made a little wise ass video. And, you know, lots of bullshit comments, and it's just really irritating. There's not much to be said. I did hear somewhere just one of those little trivial things, you know, that, yesterday or the day before, whatever, it's the most depressing day of the year. You know, people have the most depression by whatever, I don't know, what they go by. They find this, that many tears on the street or something. But yeah, really, I don't like being cliche, but I have really been depressed. You know, it's just so. Anyway, so yeah, that's fewer videos just because I just couldn't give a shit. You're all insufferably disgusting. Yeah, just, you know, why bother? Why try? But here I am, you know, still in the game, plugging away. So anyway, go ahead, monkey. Let's hear your bullshit. Oh, do your little funny eye thing, funny mouth thing.
The video responds to a good friend of mine, Inspired, on YouTube.
I don't think she's probably not that good a friend of yours. But whatever. Go ahead. Set it up. Set up your joke. Yeah.
You're entitled, you are right, I see what you see, etc. I'm not going to get involved, embroiled in the interaction that's taking place here, but rather what I'm going to do is respond to the video in it.
Yeah, well, let's recognize there hasn't been any interaction, okay? I mean, I haven't said her name in like 2 months, so, you know, whatever.
So, and in no way whatsoever address or discuss the individuals that you're talking to. Inspired I am, mainly because I believe it's unhealthy. Completely.
Yeah, well, whatever, that's some kind of standard. Don't worry about whether it's the truth or not the truth. Let's just measure everything by how healthy it is, because it's all about keeping the machine running. Don't ever let any piece of the machine realize it's getting fucked. Don't let it ever realize the machine is doing nothing good. No, just keep all the parts doing what they're supposed to do. Let them all be fodder for the machine. Yeah, I get it.
Unhealthy. And in fact, I think in many ways your video, and much of what's contained within your video, is something I'm going to discuss with you.
Oh, no you're not. You're just going to take some cheat shots at somebody else's expense, and that's really all it comes down to, right? I mean, so somebody's in pain, they have an excessive reaction. I don't know, it's a tricky word, alright? But so I can think back to when I first recognized life as kind of futile and stupid. And I was a kid, and I'm pretty sure I was crying. I mean, I was pretty sure I was pretty damn not happy about realizing that no matter what I did, it's all suck. There's no way not to be selfish, but, you know, it just doesn't work. There's, you know, I realize there's no way I can make a path in this shit and do anything but clean up messes that I didn't make. Yeah. And it's almost impossible for me not to make a mess because I'm selfish. I mean, that was hard. That was a hard truth.
First of all, I'm going to start off with a really intriguing story for you.
Oh no, it's not gonna be that intriguing.
It involves.
Not even close to really. I talk about. I can talk about poo. Poo is a lot more intriguing. See, there was Pooh, and then there was Tigger, and then there was Piglet, right? And these are all kind of like, let's say they're metaphors for humans. And look who's missing though. So I have to fix this for somebody, little kitty toy. You know, it's Pooh. It's, you know, it's good to fix this kind of stuff. Anyway. Look at that, Tigger is trademarked. Isn't that obnoxious? They put a fucking trademark on a kitty toy. Isn't that disgusting? That's just disgusting. So anyway, so this is really just the Tigger cassette player, I guess, right? But look, no Eeyore, right? Where's Eeyore? Eeyore's not there. That's right. So who's the one getting fucked in this world? That's right. Anybody who says, hey, wait a minute, I don't think everything is really all that good. And maybe you ought to just think about it before you have another kid and he gets fucked over. Yeah, so no Eeyore. You know, because Eeyore was talking the truth and nobody wanted to hear the truth. And so they threw Eeyore in the stream and drowned him.
The Great Fire of London. There were many, many diaries kept by many individuals during that period of time. And I remember reading a book that offered sort of cultural view of London just prior to the Great Fire. And the plague.
Yeah, this has got to cheer people up, right? I mean, if you're depressed about life being hopeless and stupid, there's nothing going to give you a little bit of get up and go, like a good plague story. So yeah, you're really trying to make somebody feel better, right? That's what you're trying to do here? No, I don't think so. He's just going to try to call me the plague. Oh, sorry, funny, isn't it? It is fucking outrageous.
Root there. And of course, much of the individuals who lived in that locale and area were unable to stem the flow, the spread of plague.
Wow, yeah, I guess so. The old plague was pretty strong back then. Had its mojo back in those days. The old plague could hurt you bad.
Alright? So what the government's powers be decided to do was section off those who suffered from the plague into an area.
Yeah, call them what they were, okay? The poor. That's right, the poor people died of the plague and died of the cholera and died of all the other shit. So the little rich people on the hill could live their little comfortable fucking loungy lives with their little moldings and their little blah 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 frivol fravel.
Boarded up, keep them separate. Alright? So they couldn't interact with the rest of society or community. Alright? Sadly though, what happened was is that those individuals who were cordoned off as seen as being a danger to humanity decided to break through. And they broke through. And they scratched, and they bit, and they attacked people.
They scratched and bit them? Come on. I mean, you're really being silly now. Did they give them the plague when they did that?
Not in a way, ultimately, to kill them, but rather to spread their contagion. And that's my point. Contagion.
Oh, so they escaped not to get a ham sandwich or whatever the vogue thing to eat them days was. No, they did all that crap because they wanted to spread the plague. They were poor people. Yeah, poor people do that. Yeah. Yeah, that's what all you aristos say.
I'd like to discuss with you something that I would describe personally. Something that I've spotted, psychological contagion.
Right.
There are people who dwell and seem to exist happily in a sort of morass of depression.
Oh, whatever. You want to label? Give me a name of one of these happily morassers. I mean, it's just such a stupid, idiotic pretense for an argument. You know. So, you know, anybody who was who's been fighting the man, right? You know, they're just happily struggling for some sort of little bit of rational sense. And you know, anybody who picks at your little, you know, the wonderful machine as it's just marching through history. Oh, Jesus Christ! Anybody who you know takes a shot at your, don't disrupt the cliche. Let us be cliche. Yeah.
It's very self-destructive for the ordinary member of culture and society. I think that's what we're seeing.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's disruptive to you grape eaters. Let them eat cake and die of the plague.
First of all, I'm sure most people on the internet will not be engaging in a sort of destructive interaction with you at this particular time. I think if any individual does or chooses to do that, I think they're doing nothing more than, I suppose, in some ways.
Oh, in some ways, being a troll like you. Yeah, you're the only people. You're the insincere sack of shit who's felt the need to make a video, you know, just pointing more attention at the episode. Yeah, you.
Bolstering and supporting my view or allegory with regards to the plague and the Great Fire of London. and the idea that individuals wish to spread their contagion.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that all the little rich people are always going to come up with that excuse every time the little poor people try to get off the boat or do anything else. You know, they're always just trying to spread the plague, right? That's just so easy. Hey, it's so fucking brilliant. You know, you got to kill some people in the middle. Oh, they got the plague. They got the plague. Yeah, go ahead, kill them now. Fuck you.
And in this particular case of depression, I'm going to give you a piece of advice, and it's something that I've done and do.
Oh, yeah, and so everybody wants to turn out like you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could just see people buying that kit, the old Wise Monkey kit at Walmart. Make your kid into a pompous, arrogant, pontificating, weaselly, lying troll fuck on the internet kit. Yeah.
If you find that something is not good for one's psychology, whether it be mine, whether it be yours, or whether it be the individual or individuals watching this video, do not watch.
Oh, gee, that's just such good advice. You know, if you got bloody diarrhea, just don't go to the bathroom anymore. Yeah, that'll solve the problem. You're just such a silly fuck. Where are you? Come on. Come on, video. Play. YouTube, it fucking stalled my continuity. Damn
It
YouTube.
causes a rift or damage to your psychology.
Yeah, so yeah, just don't do philosophy. Is all he's just saying, because it's dangerous. You know, because you might find out a truth that, you know, doesn't make you feel good about being alive or being an American or being something else. And so don't pay any attention to those naysayers. America's great. Britain is really great, right? It's super great. And it can do no wrong. So don't look for trouble. Just believe in the game. Just be a good little game player. You know, so we have some grist and blood and guts to grind up in our industrial complex wheels, so we can just keep the machine running.
You don't want a contagion to be placed in your mind and ultimately in your life, and
yeah, an idea, a meme, you know, a grain of honesty. Yeah, don't let that honesty start. Don't plant the honesty seed inside your brain. Just keep yourself full of the delusion that you're super cool. You were the king of England, or you were Cleopatra in your past life, and you're made out of great stuff, and you're just destined to be so fucking cool, and you're not going to die horribly or any of that crap.
it affecting you and other people round about you.
Whatever that means. I guess I would suggest is that if you have a life that's at all complicated and you have people who are dependent on you, well then, yeah, you got to take care of that first. And that's just a fact. Is that sort of like that's the immediate bleeding responsibility. But yeah, I understand getting down about the whole thing. I mean, this whole, 80 years of janitorial duty on planet Earth is just not very appealing. Ugh. Keep cleaning up the drool and slobber and barf that comes out of these assholes.
The internet is full of lots of people inspired. Lots of them.
No, there's very, very few people on Earth. There really are. I mean, there's lots of, I don't know, they're genetically not quite baboons, but they're pretty much just baboons. I mean, they will shit in your living room. They'll eat your grandmother's toes off. The average human is a fucking preposterous sack of shit.
And you don't have to fasten yourself to an area of debate that is unhealthy for you and unhealthy for those around you in reality.
Yeah, again, but the point is if you're going to dare to be a thinker, some of the thoughts aren't going to be good. Yeah, and you're going to have to deal with that if you're going to be a thinker. If you're going to be a liar, a cheater, a weasel, propagandists. Yeah, that's not a good thing to be. If you're going to be one of those, well, yeah, then you can put your filter on and say you're only going to let the sun shine in.
That's why I chose to remove myself from the debate.
Yeah, I think that's just a lie. yeah, I think that's what that is. You didn't have an argument. Yeah, you just kept choosing to make video, delete video.
Most ordinary, normal, sane people do.
Well, the argument from popularity. Oh my. Yeah, unfortunately, you weren't going by the most argument when you were doing that whole plaguey fire thing, right? Because most of the people probably thought the plague, was the cause of those rich motherfuckers shitting in their water. Yeah, making them live on 2 cents a day. That was the cause of the old plague-a-roni, was the fact that you had people living in just disgusting conditions where they could be killed by a fucking flea disease.
Not walk the earth discussing how they wish to annihilate and extinguish life.
How they wish people to just get real and just accept that this game calculated, it doesn't go anywhere. The game board is always going to be the same. It's always going to be superficial and frivolous. I think this metaphor is as good as it can get. I mean, you just really can't get any better. Alright, it's a gladiator war, and there's no prize. So they fight for thousands and thousands of years to find out who's the best gladiator. And that's all there is. There's just, I'm the best gladiator. And that's all. And then there's the trailer of the movie. There's nothing. There's just some sort of declaration of victory. And then there's just panning the sea, the ocean of pain and suffering. That was the price of this one stupid little glory moment of saying, I'm really cool. Pathetic.
And continuously involve themselves in a mantra of self-destruction, pessimism, and hatred.
Well, whatever. I mean, you can... There's just no point in this crap. I mean, you could quote some of it and say, look at this quote, isn't that preposterous? And then make a real argument. Or you can just do this generica bullshit and just say, oh, it's a whole class of argument that falls in this category. And it's a stupid and silly argument. And the only people who are going to pay any attention to that kind of nonsense are stupid and silly people.
For humanity and its endeavour and ongoing plight with regards to its survival within...
Yeah, it's survival. They keep the game alive. Don't let the game die. The game. That's all there is the game. I mean, you're fucking duped by a fucking molecule, you idiot.
Our environment. Life is tough. Very, very tough.
And now you'll just basically glibly just ignore that fact. Yeah, so no point in even saying it. Why bother saying it when you're just going to glibly say, well, so fucking what? Yeah, right now it's not. I'm lounging with my molding. Me and my molding are lounging.
But it also has its moments of beauty. And only a fool...
Yeah, only a fool would try to analyze it and see... Well, maybe it'd be stupid to pay $1 million for a piece of bazooka bubble gum. Maybe that would be retarded.
We refuse to acknowledge those polar opposites.
I don't even know what that means. They're polar opposites? I mean, polar opposites in how? In value? So yeah. Any little tiny joy is worth a fire in London. So as long as you got a good s'more made out of the fire, all the plague and burned corpses and screaming, yelling horror is all okay because you had a good little marshmallow and chocolate sandwich. Yum, yum, yum.
in our experience. It's tough, but it's lovely.
It's tough, but it's lovely. I mean, what? This is so trite and trivial and silly. I mean, how can you possibly just why? Why would you come to the why? What is that? Is something supposed to do something with that? But just go, what is that? I mean, come on. It doesn't even. It doesn't even reach fairy tale. I mean, even fairy tales have a little edge to them. I mean, you know, the witch was thrown into the oven in even the gingerbread land. I mean, this is just so trite and silly and goo goo gaga. This is Teletubby Gaga.
Now, I'm not even going to really talk about you in this video. Everybody has a down point. Everyone has a down time. Everyone feels bad.
Yeah, well, there are levels of feel bad, you know what I mean? So, you know, there's no discounting the fact that, you know, there could be a lot. It seems like a rather large crisis, not a little crisis. I mean, I don't know what else is going on in her life. Could be all kinds of crap. And this is just, you know, she just can't, you know, it just seems too obvious that the you know, that the thing is annihilating her. And so, yeah, it could be a little more serious than this superficial. She's upset because, you know, she banged her foot on an unpleasant fact. It's probably a little more than that.
Everyone. But my advice is to stay clear of anything that could be likened to a psychological contagion that affects your mind.
That's right. Just play your poo songs. Play some poo songs. I think the Teletubbies have a record. That little train. Go watch some of those little train cartoons. The talking train. Because, yeah, he's always the train that could kind of thing. Yeah, whatever, you know. I mean, yeah, you have to do it. You have to take care of yourself when you're sick. So when you're weak, when you're down, yeah, you got to take care of yourself. But yeah, I don't know, cocoa and a warm blankie. Yeah, try that.
And to engage with a group of individuals
who are preposterously insincere, tritely superficial, and probably smell like 4-month-old bagels.
Who do nothing other than confirm
yeah, what the evidence indicates, what the evidence points to, and nobody will look at. You know, they're just doing the emperor thing. You know, the emperor's is naked. We can see the truth, and the truth is ugly and fat, and it's got rolls, and it's just horrible. And yeah, and they're just boldly stepping up and just saying, "Wait a minute, this is bullshit."
Be firm and hope to spread their contagion, the psychological contagion.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, the irony here is that I'm the one saying, after I've had the plague 7 million times, I don't want the plague no more. I don't want to play your stupid plague game anymore. Keep your plague, shove your plague up your own ass. Okay? Go to the store, buy your little wise monkey kit, and then give it the plague. Alright? But keep me out of your incidental, accidentally, even if they are accidental horrors, I'd rather not. Okay? You want to ride the coaster of shit? Go the fuck ahead. Alright? But get that fucking that chain you have on my ankle that keeps dragging me down the tracks. Cut that first, fucker.
Ultimately, for the hatred of life and humanity is not good for anyone's mental health.
Well, yeah, well, mental health is a tricky word. All right? I mean, shouldn't the Nazis have been mentally unhealthy? You know? So, you know, we shouldn't be mentally comfortable with the world the way it is. It's a shithole. Okay? Things absolutely suck. All right, there's real horror taking place, and all this glib blah blah blah. Don't let it bother you because we're dancing one of them fancy English dances. What do they call this? A waltz. Yeah, we're having a waltz. So don't be bothering yourself with what you're waltzing on, Matilda.
Anyone. And that's the simple facts of it. And that's why I don't involve myself in the debate.
Yeah, well, you don't involve yourself because you have nothing to bring to the table but trite cliché-isms. You have nothing to say but nature pretty gooey. Eh. Yeah, and we heard it. You made us laugh and then you went away.
Because if people who are vulnerable, and you're generally a very happy lady.
Well, actually, she was kind of a snarky bitch, but whatever. You're subject to your interpretation. I mean,
If people are vulnerable and they lock into a debate or a discussion that constantly reaffirms and pushes to the fore...
Well, why don't you just say, well, if you can't take the heat, just stay out of the kitchen. I mean, this is just stupid. Everybody should try, at least, open the kitchen door now and then and see if they can take it.
Negative experience with a hope to extinguish life and a concentration on suicide as a solution.
Suicide as a solution? Yeah, what, to a stupid and futile existence? How preposterous. Like, we're not all going to get suicided in the end. I mean, it's just also, this is just so... It's just so frickin' insulting to intelligence. You're all going to die. Alright? It's going to happen. And if you're going to sit around and wait for your desire to die, well, guess what? That's not going to happen. Not until you are in horrific condition. You're going to have to be made literally miserable not to want to live. Don't you get how this insidious, crazy shitball game works? Oh, fuck. You creep.
And I fear some individuals may decide to take that route.
Well, whatever. I fear anything. I fear, you fear some individuals taking responsibility for their own pain. I fear you crazy fucks who take no responsibility for the pain you cause, for the pain you impose. That's fearable. Imposition of suffering is fearable. Why you fear somebody giving back a 1/billionth or 1/trillionth of the human adventure game is preposterously silly. You fear that they didn't subject themselves to a natural, harsh death? Is that what you fear? That they're going to get out easy? Those stupid bastards. How dare they get out easy? I have to pay the die horrible tax. Why shouldn't they? Oh, fuck you.
And I will have nothing to do with it. Nothing.
Right, because it's based on something like logic and argumentation that has integrity, and it's based on people of character expressing their points of view. And you'll certainly have none of that. Because you don't have anything called integrity or character.
And what I advise, Inspired Anne, is you do the same for your own good.
Yes, get yourself a molding and a loungy chair. Okay, and just put on some tunes, and don't be distracted by the fires and the horrors and the plagues and the whatnots. Fuck 'em all.
Now, we'll have up times, we'll have down times. That's life.
Right, well, just do the hokey pokey and spin all around. La-di-da-di-da-di-do.
That's the way life works.
That's how it doesn't work, you fucking idiot. That's why it doesn't work, is all you fuckers are trying to do nuclear science by going, put your left foot in. That's just not gonna fucking work, idiot.
That's the way it is. Vive la différence.
Oh, vive la cliché all over the fucking place. cliche it all. Just cliche. Oh yeah, let's just have the cliche. Yeah, the cliche cure.
Everything is different. And cherish that difference, whether it's good or it's bad.
Yes, cherish all of it, every bit of it. Just don't pay any attention to price or logic or value equation trade-offs. Just pull the money out of your pocket and put it on the counter and buy my product called Be a Fool.
And forge your way through.
Forge away.
And feel
Forge.
lucky, genuinely lucky, that you have reason to live. That there is joy in your life.
Yeah, whatever. I don't think she was talking about much of that at the moment. So she wasn't really seeing that. So that's really kind of a silly thing to say at the moment. The thing to say might be just realize that you've invested time to gain this experience. This is just another experience. So learn from it and try to help others with it. That might be a better little thing to say.
And resist and avoid those who wish to extinguish that joy.
Whatever that means again. You know, we're trying to kill joy. No, we're trying to stop you fuckers from using other people to fodder your pretentious, sloppy, wasteful, cliche, jargonistic, putrid, trivial, superficial ambition.
And your feeling of joy. Nobody said that it was going to be a pretty party.
Pretty party. Pretty party. It's like Barbarella or something. You're like a villain. Anyway, pretty. Anyway, so because nobody said it, we're not allowed to sit there and realize that it's the party doesn't have like a what do you call that? It doesn't have like a chocolate fountain. It's an actual pig shit fountain, and that the Coke is really something else. And we're not allowed to complain. We're not allowed to say, wait a minute, I paid a cover charge for this.
But there are moments where it resembles a sumptuous gala.
Yeah, when you're incredibly deluded, drunk out of your mind, then maybe you can see that crap. When you're completely distracted, by some kind of, wood in your head or in your pants, then maybe you'll see that. But the rest of the time, when you'll be doing the rationality thing, that ain't gonna look like that.
Of beauty and interaction, there are moments where it resembles a quagmire of unhappiness.
There is a truth about what the game is. Alright, let's just describe the truth. Yeah, let's do that.
So stay clear of negative interaction, inspired I am, if it's continuous, and hopes.
Yeah, be a good tank driver, and just keep driving your tank. yeah, that's really the advice, right? Ignore those screams. They don't mean anything. Just forget about that part. They're just plague victims. Fuck the plague victims.
To engender a feeling within others who are often vulnerable of complete and utter, total despair. So I send my love.
I think you're not doing that. I really don't. I don't think you love anything but your molding and your cheap little, whatever you call those, polo shirts and your pompous, whatever, bloodlines.
And I'm probably going to be really unpopular for saying this. People hate me saying this, but I'm going to be really honest here with you. You need to pull your socks up.
Yeah, right. You'd be fun at the cancer ward. So I mean, they're really, I know the idea of getting a paying job doesn't appeal to you, but maybe you could go out into the real world and get that as a job. You could go into the old cancer wards and just tell me, pull up those old socks and shit. Come on, just pull up your socks, fucker, and get back out there in the game.
Pull your socks up. You got too much in your life. Too many good things taking place.
Yeah, I mean, you might have like crystal ducks